It's time for the Joyful Moments with JJ show. If you would like to book JJ to speak at your event, or if you have a lighthearted story you'd like to have shared on air, please email your story to Joyful Moments with JJ. The email is JJ@JJs-Ministries.org. That's JJ@JJs-Ministries.org. And the associated ministry website is JJs-Ministries.org.
Happy thoughts and sunshine to all. This is JJ. Benjamin Franklin, our founding father. Even for those among our founders that clearly were deists, like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Jefferson, the idea of a distant, uninvolved God was not a mindset they could consistently sustain in light of all that they had experienced in those years. Several years after the war was won, our young nation was about to come apart at the seams because of a weak form of government they had put in place. The Articles of Confederation had to be replaced, or the country would be fragmented. During a critical point of the Constitutional Covenant of 1787, when delegates' tempers were starting to flare, and it looked like at any moment the whole thing could collapse, wise Benjamin Franklin, the deist, stood and called for the council to pray. Here's what he said to the delegates. In the beginning of the contest with Britain, when we were sensible of danger, we had daily prayers in this room for divine protection. Our prayers, sir, were heard, and they were graciously answered. All of us who were engaged in the struggle must have observed frequent instances of a superintending providence in our favor. I have lived, sir, a long time, and the longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see of this truth, that God governs in the affairs of men, and if a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without his notice, is it probable that an empire can rise without his aid? We have been assured, sir, in the sacred writings, that except the Lord build the house, they that labor build it in vain. I firmly believe this. All this from a deist. While his motion was more or less tabled, so frayed were the conditions in the room at the moment, his calming words helped the delegates to catch a second wind, and it wasn't long after that our nation's remarkable Constitution was completed, ready to be sent to the states.
That's today's edition of Joyful Moments with JJ.